It's time for the Giz Wiz with Mads Mattisrider, Dick DeBartolo. This is episode 1730, recorded Thursday, June 6th, 2019. Nailed it! On this episode of the Giz Wiz, we got new fancy headphones, maybe not so fancy mops, and even less fancy chopsticks, plus a new crappy corner all next on the Giz Wiz!
It's the same dumb show with Dickie D and OMG chat on your PC. It's time for the Giz Wiz because gadgets are his business. They've got a gizmo sickness, geek disease, under pathology, rows and rows of USBs, glowing LEDs. Get ready for the Giz Wiz now.
Now, and here he is, your fancy host, Dick DeBartolo. How you doing, Dickie D?
I'm doing good, sir. And you?
Good, great. Yeah, it's been a week. Nothing much. Well, how about you? Anything new?
Let's see. Yeah, I had a couple things.
Oops.
The New York Historical Society still has that Stonewall thing, but they sent a thing that they were also putting in an exhibit about the Hudson River.
Oh, whoa.
So we went back and did that. So that was great fun. And then yesterday was a big Bose event for new headphones, and I'm going to talk about them as the first gadget. And then today I had my boat inspected by the Coast Guard Auxiliary, and as I put on Twitter, it graduated with flying spray.
Nice. Wonderful.
Yeah. No, they're great to have. If you own a boat, they come and they check all your safety gadgets. If you're missing anything, all they say is you're missing this and you can't earn a certificate, but when you get everything in order, they will normally just say, tell us when and we'll come back. And then you get a decal for your boat. And what the decal is, especially in a big river like the Hudson River, is you'll be going up the Hudson and you'll see a Coast Guard boat coming down, and then suddenly the Coast Guard boat is coming over to you.
No, please. Go away.
And then they see in the window the logo, and that means that your boat has been inspected at the beginning of the season and you had everything the Coast Guard requires. And when they get close enough to see that, they just wave or say, thanks, Cap, and keep going.
So it's a leave me alone sticker. I've done it. I've done it.
Oh, you have one for your car?
Well, kinda. Not quite. I wish.
Or on a boat. You had a boat?
No, I've never had a boat. I never had a boat. My father owned a boat, and I think I heard this. I think I've said it here on the Giz Wiz before, so I'm probably repeating myself. But he used to say the two best days of boat ownership is the day you buy it and the day you sell it. Is what he used to say. But with a car, you have your state inspection, and in Texas, you have a sticker that goes on the window, and so it's similar. I mean, is it required? It sounds like what you're talking about is not required. It's like
federal is required.
It
must be a life jacket for every person.
Got it.
And you have to have lights that conform with the running rules, and fire extinguishers number depends on how big the boat is. And,
that sounds like a house rules. Like
exactly.
You know,
It's kind of like house rules.
Yeah,
exactly.
That makes sense. Okay, a flare gun, people are saying.
You need flare. Except 2 years ago, Weems and Platt, I think I did it on the Giz Wiz. Weems and Platt, which is a company that makes nautical instruments, came up with the eternal set of flares. Flares are a pain. They are like $30, $10 each, and they expire every 3 years. And you must have current flares, except there's no way to get rid of them. They say you can't throw them in the water, you can't put them in the garbage. So people end up with boxes of flares. They don't know.
Can you just light them? Have a flare lighting party?
Well, probably do it in your backyard because you can't do it on the water because then someone will call the Coast Guard. So Weems and Platt came up with a electronic flare that does all the things, has the brightness and the SOS and it's like $100 or something. But after 4 or 5 years, it pays for itself. So I got one of those.
That's nice.
They should. Conky in the chat room says they should have a flare shooting range.
I just realized I buried the lead here. That you got an inspection where they came to you. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
You don't have to boat over to a different place and then get it done.
No. I used to, but now the Coast Guard will say on such and such a day, we are coming for 3 hours, and please make an appointment ahead of time.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was great.
Very cool. Awesome. Yeah. Well, I'm coming up on the year mark that I've had the Tesla, which means that my state registration ends. And one of the things I got to do is go get it tested for, see if it passes inspection. And I'm like, especially in California, there's all sorts of smog inspections and stuff.
Yes.
And I'm like, it's an electric car. Like, I don't know other than it maybe has like a broken headlight that I haven't noticed. I can't imagine what it would not inspect. I mean, you don't got to change the oil. You don't have to really do anything to it other than charge it and make sure the headlights are right. Because like on a normal car, you got to worry about emergency brake, power steering, oil. It can't be leaking oil everywhere. It has to have an emissions test. There are no emissions. I don't think the car even has power steering. It's drive by wire, so there is no power steering box.
No hydraulic fuel. Yeah.
I went and did a tour of one of the factories, and they said that the cars are rated. There's no liquid in the car that is less than 5 years rating. So you could go 5 years without taking it in. And I think that there is a battery coolant that is 5-year rated, or power steer, or I just said there wasn't any power steering. I forget which, maybe brake line fluid or something like that. That's rated for 5 years that they need to switch out. I still wouldn't suggest wiper fluid, wiper blades. So basically they said like if you want to, you could go 5 years without coming in for an appointment. But we suggest doing it every year so that tires, I guess I might need new tires.
Yeah.
I
was gonna say you could just drive by and they could say, was that you that went by? Okay, you're good for another year.
There you go. See you later. Yeah, exactly. So anyway,
well, is it a money maker? Do they charge for that?
Yeah, but I think that's state set. I think it's $35 for an inspection, no matter where you go, how you get it done.
Okay.
It's $35. That's what I think. So yeah, anyway, I have that coming up, and I'm wondering if I take it to like the local spot, they're gonna be like, yeah, I guess it all works. Okay, whatever. Either that, or maybe I'm just I have too big of a head for my own britches, and yeah, sure. There's all.
We haven't done it yet, right?
Yeah, exactly. This is my first time.
You'll go down there and they go, "It's an electric car. Why did you bring that?"
Yeah, get out of here. Okay,
what are you, some kind of dummy?
Yeah, or I could be the dummy, and it's like, yeah, of course you got to check your tires. Yeah, of course we got to check this, and I just am ignorant.
Glove compartment dust. That's 3 on the list.
Oh gosh, not inspectable. Not inspectable. Yes. Bleak is sending me something about something.
Blinker fluid. Yeah, that's a biggie.
How to replace blinker fluid. Yes, exactly. Yep. Okay, well, hey, we got a whole bunch of gadgets and a new theme this week.
Oh, yeah, for June.
Yep.
Yeah. So yesterday, Bose had a big event for a new set of noise reduction headphones. And what's amazing about this is these noise reduction headphones have 8 microphones.
Whoa.
And what was fun was that the gentleman, the spokesperson, said that is the first time someone has decided to reduce the noise that is going into the mic that you use, so that the person on the other end or your virtual assistant can hear you. So this has 8 mics. 4 of them are for eliminating noise around you. 2 of them only work into the mics that you will be speaking in, and then 2 others, depending on when they're needed, kick in and out.
Wow.
So this is like an amazing thing. So it's not out till the end of the month, and Bose has a tiny little 30-second video just to give you an idea what it looks like. And then I'll just show you a couple of stills from the event. And I don't even think there's sound on it, so you can just let that roll.
Oh, yeah. No.
They are really sleek looking. The bands are stainless steel, and you just run your finger up the side to raise the volume, and then down to lower the volume, tap it twice to take and reject calls. And there's almost no hardware, no screws. They're really spiffy looking. And then I sent a couple stills, and then they fold flat if you want to like put them in luggage or something.
Nice.
So
those look awesome.
Yeah,
okay, let me.
They are gorgeous. So just I even forgot the stills I took, but you just shoot the first one. All right. So this is a neat test, and they're so clever there. Only each reporter, or in my case, Dennis and I, gets their own little interview. So on the big screen is what the spokesperson is going to be saying. And then the 2 different headphones, they compared this to their current top of the line, which is their Bose QC35-2. And he says all those things. In front of us, you can go back to that picture again because it's kind of neat. In front of us are 2 screens, and the screens show us what is heard through the Bose 700. And I don't know, can you zoom in at all? If you can, I can tell you that it is pretty much exactly what the man is saying and what is on the screen. But the earlier model that doesn't have the noise reduction going into the microphone, it is it's lot
like twice the text.
Yes, twice the text, because a lot of it is just out and out garbage.
Right.
So that was a neat test. And then there's the next picture is kind of interesting. That's just what the headphones were hearing. So then they wanted what it was like in a coffee shop. So they actually set up a guy in a Starbucks.
Is he live? Was he
live.
He there the whole time?
He's across the street in a Starbucks, and they said, with a camera, and then we were able to talk to him through either one of the headsets, because you can pair both headsets to one phone. So he switched between the.
So you could see the old and the new.
The old here the old and the new. Wow. So that was another test.
And so would you say that, like, especially with this test of going between the old one and the new one in the crowded coffee shop, was it obvious? Was it like hands down amazing?
Yes, it is. I would say it was 80% quieter.
Wow.
And even, I should have mentioned, even when we saw those 2 headsets on dummies, there was a thing in the middle, a speaker that was feeding street noise in while the guy was reading that big, long amount of facts that Sari was supposed to translate. It's very, very clever. Yeah, this thing in the middle is just making street noise.
Got it.
And then the third,
and those mannequins, this in the entire time are just going, oh.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. That's right. That was Nearby Talkers before we went to the coffee shop to hear real talkers. And then the third.
I think that's it. We got the iPads, the speaker, and the.
I only sent 2 pictures. Okay.
3. The fellow on the screen, the iPads, and them.
Got
2
it.
heads.
All right. Right. So some other things is you can adjust up and down how much noise reduction you want. And if you're talking with the headphones on and you also talking to someone within the room, you can push a button that will let you get some feedback from around the room voice-wise into your headset. So there's no echo for you and you don't have trouble talking to the person who's talking to you close up. They
cool.
also, I said, is that magnetic that you can slide those cups up and down? to adjust them. And maybe you know what this is, but I don't know. No, it's a friction bearing. A friction bearing track.
Okay. I assume that's just a fancy word for, it's just tight in there,
maybe that's what it is. But it has to be that so it doesn't slide off the end of the track. Anyway, so they're pricey as you would expect. Oh, and there's one other thing he said. There's an accelerometer in there and there's other stuff in there because what we're working on is a whole new system where the headphones can augment your directions by figuring out where you are. If you're near something famous, it will be able to say, oh, what you want is off to your right.
Huh. Very interesting.
It's really fascinating. So they're going to be $399, $399.
I can see that something that either Google or Apple builds in to something, because it seems like that's kind of cool. But now you're relying on Bose to make some experience with augmented reality audio, and that's okay. But what would be really neat is if you're walking down the street with Google Maps and it says take the next right, and it says it towards your right, and you could do this as fast as possible, and it's like go or walk this way, follow the sound of my voice, and you can tell where it's coming from. That'd be cool.
Yes. Yeah. Anyway, no, I was out to the factory once, and they had this knack of making you think sounds are where they aren't.
Yeah.
And the engineer was there, and he had the speaker array, and he said, Dick, where would you like this speaker array to sound from? And I said, how about the furthest corner of this room? And he adjusts some things, and then like you hear a little thing go, you mean like over here?
Yeah.
And it's like, the stuff is amazing.
Yeah, it really is. Well, that is
Anyways,
cool.
So it's called the 700.
The 700, and the price was?
It's going to be $400, $399.99.
$400.
Okay.
That's expensive, but to be honest, I don't think that's outrageous considering like normal AirPods are like 130, 140. I forget what those are.
I think business people would be all over this.
Yeah.
Where they need their personal assistant to know what they would doing and saying, send a letter to so-and-so, buy this.
Right.
And where what the assistant does, you want to be 100%.
Right.
And this gets really close to doing that.
We're not in like crazy zone here. $400 is a ton of money for headphones. Just knowing the headphone market, just looking at these, which are like the most generic wireless, generic for Apple, so they already have the Apple tax, but they're $200. So I could see double the price, over the ear, crazy noise canceling, incredible friction bearing, whatever.
Things.
So anyway, things. So anyway,
right. I think that the big takeaway is noise reduction for your voice going out. Right. No one's done that.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I guess I'm saying I could see these being like $800 and $400.
Yeah.
Okay.
But for you, $400.
Yeah. I'm not gonna buy it, but okay. Sounds good.
But it's good.
Awesome.
Okay, so let's go to something really inexpensive, and actually they're quite fun. So let's take a look at Gadget 2.
When you were a kid, did you ever throw a dust rag on the floor and dust with your foot? I used to do that all the time when I was a kid. Actually, I did that 2 weeks ago. But then on Amazon, I discovered mops for your shoes. Okay, it's a thing. All right, so I bought two kinds, and we'll see. We'll examine the quality. So this pair, ta-da! All right, this pair. God, I hope they'll fit. Oh, they will. This pair was $7. All right, for one pair. I think these might actually do a good job. And then I saw 4 pairs for $8.79. So I thought I'll get those 2, and we'll see what the difference is outside of the fact that one of them you can open and one of them. Oh, these are all different colors. Wow. But I can tell already that. Well, maybe I can't tell already. These seem fluffier, but these look like they were vacuum sealed. And hang on.
There they go.
You know what? Actually, these are way smaller, I think. And these you can see these are a better quality. They're much longer little cleaning feelers. But for kids, these would be okay. All right, so we're going to do the big. We're going to do the expensive ones. You know, I'm going to do it with my shoes off. And these are also nice to wear to the gym. Oh, I like these.
Or to a singles meetup, you know?
Yeah, oh yeah.
The next meetup. All right. So now,
Are you supposed to put them in water?
Not to dust.
No, just to dust. You'll see.
I find something we need a dirty floor for. Okay, so, So these are kind of fun.
It's a workout too.
This is a great way to get your kids to dust the floor. Okay, because they'll think this is neat. And
Especially go under
the
furniture.
only way I guess we're going to know that they work is if we picked up any dirt. Over here we have some nails, broken glass.
Rusty needles.
Yes, exactly. Blood.
Yeah.
Oh, I knew. Do under the rug. That's always.
Yeah, that never gets got, especially that
never
edge.
gets done. That's the
Great
worst
fun.
part.
Okay, we're going to go over here. And yeah, Dennis keeps pointing, not to get a better shot, but I'm actually cleaning his
You missed a spot.
So now, we will see. I only used one. Whoa!
Whoa! Dennis!
Okay, and this is the one that I pretty much just walked around. Okay, so
Well, now that part of his apartment is
go in
spotless.
corners. This really works. We're not going to shake it out here, but I'll have to look on Amazon. Maybe we can throw them in the washer. And just for laughs, well, you know what? The floor is clean now. But if I was getting them for kids, get the cheapy ones. 4 pairs, $8.79. If you really want to do some cleaning, 1 pair, $6.99. And they really work. I like this. Dick D. Bartolo, Mads Medistrider, and I'm going to clean the lens now.
I bet it's microfiber. That might be.
It is microfiber, yeah. And you know, I just thought you could probably, if you don't want to put them on your feet, you could just stick it on the end of one of those sponge mops if you just want to dust.
Maybe even like an old, very perfectly sized broom.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's so interesting.
Ivy says, I'm going to put those on my husband's hands, and then I'm set.
That is so funny. Put it on a baby. Let it roll around, or cut some holes in it. Put it at the bottom of your cat.
The $7 ones was they stretch almost to 13 inches, so they can go on they can go over your shoes if you want.
Yeah.
But you know, I think you really could get the kids to clean the floors a few times before they get bored.
Yeah.
But I think they would think this is neat.
That is so
Hey, kids,
clever.
you want to ice skate on the parquet floor?
Just invite all the kids over and say, yeah, we're going to do some indoor hockey. These are your skates. Go. Just do it.
Yeah. And then, you know, kids, if the floor really had a nice wax finish, you could go a lot faster. So let me go get some wax.
Yeah, there you go. Or I'm thinking mop. Don't put them on socks. Put them on bare feet. Throw some water and some soap out on the ground.
There you go. There you
go crazy. There you go.
Indoor skating rink.
I like it.
Perfect.
It looked like it did a really good job of collecting the dust. Like keeping it inside, almost like the Swiffer type of like.
Yes, exactly. Thing. It's a non-electric. It's a Swiffer for the feet.
Yeah, I like it.
Or as Amazon says, they are dust mop slippers, or foot socks, or mop shoes.
There you go.
Okay, so now we're going to do a little bit out of order. We're going to do the letter of the week here because the letter suggested something that I do, and I did it. So let's play our letters theme early.
Become the letters, your lovely letters. Become the Giz Wiz letters now.
And our letter is from Raul. Also, Hercule Poirot is another one of his names. As I watched the Giz Wiz, I received a YouTube notification showing me chopsticks gadgets. And I think the last one may be of interest to you. So, Chad, he sent a link. You can start it at 5 minutes in.
Perfect. So here it is.
Okay, and just let it run for about 30 seconds.
For some reason, I feel like I'm in the year 3000.
I feel that too.
It does its job.
Don't use the fork, use the chopsticks. Get it? Because it's like people say use the fork, Luke.
It wasn't that good.
I got it now.
Okay, you can go out.
Chopsticks.
So
now I can't
crazy.
I can't make it as dark as he did there. So I bought a pair.
Wow.
And they are, let me see if I do this one. Yeah, okay, so there's green. So they don't even, the colors don't even show up, do they?
A little bit. That's blue.
Well, a little bit
green,
blue.
Red.
Somewhat. And I'm not pushing them at the exact same time. And there's violet, and maybe against me there's.
Ooh, yeah, red. You can see that. Oh, there's purple.
Yeah, and then they also. Each time there's an off, and then it comes back as a different color. And then the final color is
all the colors.
All the colors.
I want to see a lightsaber do that. Why doesn't that happen in the game, in the movies?
I think they're really neat, but the question was, how do they work as chopsticks? So let's go to Dennis, who actually tried these.
Okay, here's Dennis. If it plays.
Okay, so they look good, but do they work as chopsticks? I don't know how to use chopsticks, but Dennis eats in Chinese restaurants with chopsticks. We don't have any Chinese food here. So we just made some pasta.
Yeah, we did. It was
Dennis
pasta.
Is now going to try his lighted.
And notice he knows how to grab the long end.
Doesn't even drop the noodles off the. I guess we made them a little on the sticky side.
Fine.
Is it fine? Is it like eating just with wooden chopsticks?
Wooden is easier because they get a little slippery.
The plastic,
polished ones.
The plastic ones are a little more slippery in your fingers, but eating the food is fine. Okay, well that's your dinner. We don't pay here. We just give you free dinner.
If you need some parsley, there's some right over to the left there.
Is it fine?
Right there. That is, that looks good. I can agree. Wooden bamboo chopsticks might have a little bit more texture, a little bit more friction. But hey.
But these are fun. Yeah. Again, this is something kids would love to have, and they're very inexpensive. They 4 pairs, $4.50. So it's $4.50 a pair.
Yeah.
And you have all those. Yeah.
And if you want to have a little baby lightsaber party, you just buy a few of these, give everyone a new color, and then you can have 8 people fight in an itty bitty lightsaber battle. There you go.
Right.
Done.
That's right. You get 8 chopsticks or 4 pair, and that was the best deal. There was another company that was selling them for $26, and there it is, $25.99. It's the exact same set, except you get a bottle opener.
Oh, it's a Millennium Falcon bottle opener.
But as you can see, they are the exact same chopsticks because the branding on the Nun branding is the exact same design on both of them.
Yeah. Interesting. Free, but really it's actually $20 or $10.
$7.
$7
for the bottle opener.
That is cool. And then we'll find them on Alibaba in just a moment.
Oh yes, he will.
$2
for $1.
Yeah, exactly. Interesting. Love it. And then of course the chat room is also going crazy because of the last thing we just talked about. But this is the same sort of situation as your feet, but for a baby onesie.
Oh my God! Do they make adult sizes? Because I'll buy it.
They come in all sorts of colors too.
A riot.
There you go. And
oh my gosh!
You clean the floor and have a little baby onesie.
My gosh, that is so funny.
When the baby arrives, it might not be clean, but when they leave, then it'll be clean. It'll be clean enough for a baby.
Yeah, and the great thing is you don't have to trick the baby. The baby's crawling around anyway.
No, they're happy. They're excited. Exactly.
That is so funny. Awesome. Our chat room is great. I'll tell you.
Oh yeah. And that was the letter of the week. So thanks for the letter of the week.
So amazing. But now we're jumping back into our normal flow, which means it's time for
Crappy.
Whoop.
You don't need it, but you might want it at Chad's Crappy Corner. Get it?
We got to keep it a secret. Keep it secret. Keep it safe. So we had this. We asked the patrons what the theme should be for this month.
Yes. The choices were.
We gave them 4 choices because
4.
One of them I keep throwing in there, hoping.
The one that no one ever likes.
No one ever wants it. So the 4 choices are funny or humorous gadgets, game room gadgets, merchandise gadgets that have to have like a company, like Star Wars or theme. They have to be like a type of merchandise, or one-handed gadgets. That's the one that I always kind of add in there.
Oh, okay.
And right off the top, funny, humorous gadgets.
That's our audience.
Yeah, they wanted some humor in their crappy corner. So happy to oblige.
Usually the crappy corner is all humorous, isn't it?
A little bit, yeah. But now, the gates have been opened. We could just. There's anything is available. So I'm really excited about that. This month will be a good one. So I found this. I think it's hilarious. It is a switchblade spork. Switchblade spork.
Archie McPhee. I'm glad they're still around.
Yeah, look at that. Switchblade spork. They're hopped up punks with uncontrollable appetites, and they eat just for kicks. It says right over here in the little. I don't even know what that first word is. What is that?
Poignant
novels of teenage gangs and gratuitous gluttony. Love it. This guy says, this spork sees it's mine. You stole my fry. And he actually has a French fry on the top of his,
very funny.
His little spork. So anyway, that's, it's basically a switchblade spork. So go ahead and open this up. We'll see how switchbladey it is. Okay. All right, so I hold it in this hand and then just push the button. Well, what do I do? Are there instructions? Press button for release. Slide button to lock spork closed. Okay, so let me unlock. There we go. Ah!
Oh, wow.
There we go.
You should carry that through the airport to see what they say.
No, officer, this is just my spork.
Yeah, but
back.
you know, we can't have a spork longer than 3 inches or you can't go on the plane.
Now, does this push? Okay, you know, I kind of wondered if this would disconnect because it doesn't say push button to release, but I think it's just the spring release, not the actual spork
Oh, I
release.
see. Oh, yeah, so you have to, so you use the whole thing as a handle?
Yeah, it's attached. It doesn't disconnect at all.
Oh, okay.
But, you know, hey, we're using a spork, so I feel like the only real way to test this out is get some food.
Got some noodles.
There we go. Okay, we got some mashed potatoes and some chicken.
Oh, my God. Oh,
That was made 30 minutes ago because you know, we got a show to do. There, ooh, it's a spork. Wait a second. We got to see, does the fork action work? It does. There we go.
Boy, you made tender chicken.
Look, yeah. That's
Oh, that's very good chicken.
There you go. Look at that. Whoa.
Oh,
Okay. We can chicken down. Okay, that does not. Is there a locking mechanism for that? No. Okay, make sure you hold the spork by the blade.
It doesn't have a lock?
No. This is a switchblade spork. What did you expect? Okay, so make sure you hold it by the blade whenever you're. I don't actually want to eat any of this. This has kind of been sitting out for a little while. But hey, you can see that it scoops as it should, and it forks as it should. You're right. I do have very tender chicken, and we also have chicken over here now on the set. This is...
Where are the cats?
I locked them up, and then when you're done, you just clip it together, and I guess that this locks. Yeah. So there's a little locking mechanism. So you got the button to release it, and then this will slide from one side to the other to lock.
Oh, I see. Okay.
In place.
Okay. But it won't lock it open. It just locks it when it's closed.
It just locks it closed. And I was really thinking that it would disconnect somehow because I don't really trust this in the washing machine. I don't think that why is this switchblade spork so impractical? I don't understand. Yeah, that's about it. It doesn't really say anything else on here. This is not a toy. This is not designed nor intended for children under the age of 14. That's about it. I was hoping there were some instructions on how to clean this thing, but there really aren't. Now, price. Not too expensive. This cost me only $8. Now, what's interesting is this is one of those products that when doing some research for getting it online, it's actually more expensive than it cost for me to buy. I bought this at Hobbytown, USA. Couldn't find it online for anything but $14.
Oh my gosh.
$14 for the Switchblade Spork. So I'm putting this one to the chat room. Maybe you can find a cheaper Switchblade Spork, but a $14 Switchblade Spork.
And you paid how much again?
Only $8, $7.99.
Wow.
Yeah, you can see right here next to the potato. Right there's the potato.
Oh yeah.
And there's it should say $7.99 right there.
It does. I see it.
Yeah. So yeah, I found it cheaper in real life than on the internet. So there you go. That wraps it up for the first crappy corner of humorous gadgets. Really looking forward to this month. With that, let's move on to Dick's Gadget Warehouse.
They're geeky and they're goofy, together they are loopy. When gadgets pass away, he takes them out to play in Dick's Gadget Warehouse.
Foghorn. Okay, so we have another video. What the heck is it? From our frequent contributor, Mo Torres. And it is our job, I in the chat room, to guess this gadget.
Okay, here it is.
Can you guess what this is?
Your fingers go in it.
What? I have no idea. It's a straw
Use-
holder.
idea, Chad, Dick.
Eye protection.
Anything?
You put your
Can
fingers
you figure
through
this
that?
one out? Or maybe you have.
I have no idea.
Oh, I
Anything
know.
yet?
Oh, now that I see the nail, yeah, I know.
We both know.
How about
Yes.
now? Anything?
Chat room
it-
says duct tape holder.
Okay, so my nephew
Looks like
will
a
be
straw
showing
holder
us
at
how this
first.
works.
That was my first guess.
Oh, okay.
Ah, a finger protector. Love it.
Awesome. Now, when you put the nail in there, does it stay it's all magnetized, is that correct?
Yes.
So if you put it
Oh,
in
those
there
two
and you
black things
open
on
it
the
up,
back
it
are
stays
magnets.
So you never lose the nail. That's awesome. So nail one more for us.
I think those are finger clips.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're right.
Thank you so much for demonstrating.
You're right. They are
Let me
finger
see, what is
clips.
it
I guess
called?
the
It's
magnets are
called
inside.
The
Yeah.
safety nailer. The safety nailer.
The only thing is the nails have to
And
be on the
different
long
sizes for
side,
different
right?
nails.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah,
Well,
still it
and
looks
it's all
pretty
magnetized,
long.
So it keeps the nail in place, and it keeps the nail in place before you start hammering on it and after. So I hope you liked the video. Thank you. Bye.
Very clever. Very clever.
Yeah. You know, I forgot to get a link at where you want to give
I
a
got
quick
some.
look.
So
Oh, you got some?
Yeah, just looking on Amazon here. It looks like I see two types of safety nailers. There's the one that was in this video. Looks like it's around $10.
$10. Okay.
Wait, let's see if there's any funny business with bidding 2, getting 5. Oh, you say 5.
Oh, there you. Oh,
There you go.
5. Oh, okay. That I thought it went to 3 for $45.
No, there you go. So there's that. But it looks like as you can see in the suggested options, what you were saying, which is we need something for smaller nails. So there's another gadget type that will hold big nails and small nails.
See that's almost better if you have if you're driving a wide variety of nails. And is that also just holding it? It's not magnetic,
It
right?
doesn't look magnetic, but
Magnetic. Okay.
here, let me see this underside.
Okay.
No, I don't think I see any magnets in there. So the safety nailer has the magnets. What is this? The plastic pliers, they don't.
They don't. Okay. So you have two options. If you're driving big nails all the time and you want the safety of them not being able to fall on the floor or fall out, the one that Mo suggests for $10 has a built-in magnetic. It has magnetic technology.
Yeah, magnetic technology. I really like the gadgetiness of the one that Mo showed off. It seems more like a Giz Wiz gadget. Like how tiny it is. It has built-in magnets, has little things for your fingers. But if I was an actual contractor trying to save my fingers, one, I hope that I would get good at nailing nails without hitting my fingers. But two, I could see it'd be annoying that you'd have to strap this onto your fingers every single time. And how pliers, which you could just kind of set down and pick up.
And someone else in the chat room with Bleak said that your hand is further away from the nails with the plier one.
Right.
So that's interesting too. Oh, and then Nicholas C said, "Why did you just use regular pliers?" Well, that's a killjoy.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, I see one little reason why is these pliers. The handle is up. If you use regular pliers, the pliers have to lie down flat with the wood. So you may not have as much control as with the plastic pliers. Your hand can go around the pliers because the pliers go down steps, so that you can be holding it securely.
Yeah.
It's great. Either way,
I like
We've learned so much.
We found a new gadget. Love it.
We know we have mops for your feet and
sporks,
magnetic.
Might be confiscated in the airport. Tons of stuff.
Yeah, exactly. If you're at Gourmet Magazine and there's a street fight outside, because
they use sporks all the time at Gourmet Magazine.
Yeah, exactly.
Very good. Okay, well, hey, thanks for sending that video, Mo. Thank you so much.
Which reminds us, we need more videos. I'm sorry I jumped in there. No, we need videos from some new people, if possible. Okay, anything to do with a gadget. If you find a great gadget like Mo did, and it's a brand new gadget, that's fine. If it's a gadget that's 20 or 30 or 50 years old, that's great. If you bought something new and you think it's really horrendous, that's great. Okay, you can warn people not to buy it. Any kind of gadget, make a video, 2 to 3 minutes. Put it on YouTube. There's a drop-down menu. Click unlisted if you don't want anybody to stumble over it, and send us the URL. And if we show it, you'll get an autographed Mad magazine and a 38-year-old Alfred E. Newman picture if you live in the U.S. No matter where you live, if we show you a video, you'll get an autographed picture. I will scan it for people outside the U.S. and send you a high-res image. Mail at gizwiz.tv. We could use something for next week. Mail at gizwiz.tv. So send something in.
Send it in. This is normally when we go to the letter, but we already got that out of the way.
Yep.
So I'm going to say, hey, let's head on over to Dick's website, gizwiz.biz, and play What the Heck Is It? This is the game show online that you can play along with. This is the gadget, the whole gadget, nothing but the gadget. This is obviously a telescope for those of you who want to see things at no telephoto difference. If you want to see things at what
kind of a one-to-one.
Yeah, 1-to-1. No 0x magnification telescope, just in case you needed it. You know, they make a gadget for everything. This is the gadget for that. If you think you know what this is, get a guessing over at gizwiz.biz. There are 6 Mad magazines for correct answers, 12 Mad magazines for funny, clever, hilarious, and interesting answers. So get a guessing over at gizwiz.biz. Huge thank you to our patrons over at patreon.com/gizwiz. That's where you can support the show. If you enjoy the show, please consider giving back at patreon.com/gizwiz. Thank you so much to our loyal supporters. You guys are so generous. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much for supporting the show. If Patreon's not your deal and you want to give one time via PayPal or even reoccurring via PayPal, we have that set up too. You can head on over to gizwiz.tv, click on the Patreon tab, and there's a PayPal link on that site. Obviously, there's also a link to the Patreon on that location too. The Patreon tab also has a link to the Patreon if you want to find it. While you're there at gizwiz.tv, make sure that you see all the old episodes. You can also watch us live. That's where we're live every Thursday, just about. At 4:30 Pacific, 7:30 Eastern Time. If you want to join the chat room, please do. But if you don't show up live with us, in person, responding to your messages in the chat room, you can always catch previous episodes down here at the bottom, all the old ones. And also you can subscribe on iTunes, RSS, or YouTube for every future video hand-delivered by robots to you.
Wait a minute. Isn't iTunes going away?
It is. So, yes. iTunes
what are they going to do with all these millions of podcasts?
They're stripping it out into its own app. So now, yes. So in fact, that's how it's been on iPhones for a long time, is there's a podcast app, but now the same thing is happening on the desktop. So now you're going to have, instead of iTunes having your podcasts and your movies and your TV shows, iTunes will just cover music. Podcast, there'll be a new podcast app. It'll just cover podcast. And then for TV shows and movies, they're doing Apple TV is the app. We're going to have an Apple TV app. So yeah, so it should be all good. So if you're, and I assume that it's Apple, so it's going to transfer once they come out with a new app. Also, I think it's still like months away. It's like we're waiting September.
So, MD Talk says Windows is keeping iTunes for now.
Oh, fun. So if you're awesome. This is what we love. Okay, if you're on a Mac,
ready to be
use the podcast app. If you're on Windows, keep using iTunes. If you're on iOS, use the podcast app. If you're on Android, I think you can find us in all the podcatchers there. I forget if we're even on Spotify or not. But anyway,
we
got an RSS feed for you guys. Yeah, or if you want to watch on video, YouTube's there. We got so many ways for you guys to watch the Giz Wiz. So there you go.
There's no escaping.
No escaping us. We'll be everywhere. With that, I think that comes to the end of our show.
Oh, yeah. We're on next Thursday, and there's one change. The following week, it's a Wednesday, and then back to Thursdays. The 2 weeks from tonight is a PepCom in New York City, so I'm going to that. So next Thursday, then a Wednesday, then a Thursday, but it's all at the top of our gizwiz.tv.
Exactly. And then also, hey, don't forget to head on over to gizwiz.biz, because that's Dickie D's site, and he writes up wonderful articles about all the gadgets that we cover. So if you want a little bit more information, head on over to gizwiz.biz. With that, we'll see you next week.
I'll be here.